Hey, asshole. I want you to tell me what that man's name is.
I don't know.
You don't know? Now that's a pity.
Hi guys, so another day. Very, very busy yesterday. About 5 hours spent on it despite the torrential rain. And today I want to get the engine out. The front sprocket's off, everything's disconnected, so I need to get the engine lifted out and get the wheels off. Rear suspension's back on so I can move the bike around. I've had a good tidy up of the shed, so we've got space in here now with my fancy gloves. I've put these on especially for Gay Bar Jack, he's coming around later. Got some special lube, it's going to be mint. Anyway, petrol tank is cleaned on the outside as well. Just down here in this corner, you can't really see it, there's a box of parts, all that's been cleaned. Everything that's come off the bike so far has been cleaned and is ready to go back on, and I'll clean the whole thing again once it's all back together. And I've got the exhaust to do. It's pretty cruddy. It looks very glary on the screen here, but I think you can see just how cruddy it is. It's, there you go, pretty bad, huh? So this whole thing is going back on for the MOT, so I need to clean it all up, and the join is pretty shoddy, so I need to kind of redo that. It's solid enough, I'll get a new clip for it. Right, a little time later, and here we have the exhaust. It's not all good, it's not bad, but I've left the heavy corrosion where I can't shift it too easily. There's a piece there as well where it's going through, and in there. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It's not been polished, it's literally just been cleaned up, which will suffice for going back on. It's getting modified after the MOT, but that will do for now. I need to remind myself, well, not remind myself, come to the realisation that it's a 22-year-old bike and I can't make everything perfect. It's going to have a rat element because I'm not replacing every part or renewing them to new, so flat tracker stroke ratty, and I like the term rat tracker. I have done a couple of bodge jobs that I knew I was going to do for the MOT. One is to, I'm just slacking this tripod, which is really nice. The other, there's other good on there, look at that. How nice is that? Maybe you can see the frame a little better today. It's looking pretty good. So engine out next, that's the next job. It's really difficult for me to record and to do the work, so apologies, it's not too much like the other project builds you might see. Clocks have been off, doesn't look like it. All the handlebars came off. Top's taken out, all cleaned, all put back on. Headlight bowls out, everything out. I didn't realise how much of the wiring was kept in the headlight bowl, so that's going to cause me an issue for point you at the road for a few seconds. There's an absolute, get it? Bowl load. There's a bowl load of wiring inside that headlight unit. You just need a side light bulb, and then I shall put it all back together and clean up the front end. My other tip is, well, here's the filter. That's looking pretty banging. So that's going in. As freezer bags. I don't know why I'm so zoomed in. Freezer bags. If I take something off, let the exhaust, all the bolts go in the freezer bag, tie that up, tie it to the exhaust. Easy. Right, engine removal time. Let's hope it comes out easy. Right, I've been to the shops. I was going to buy a 501 bulb, which was £1 for two. I only need one. but I got an 8-piece bulb kit for £1.99. Made more sense. Couple of fuses, always handy. Some Jubilee clips. One specific Jubilee clip to replace the one that was on the exhaust, because that is going to look a whole lot better with that than a rusty one, no matter how well I clean it. We've also got some washers, always handy. It's engine cleaning time. That's that bag. Doesn't cost money to do a project. Yeah, right. Lots more wire, steel wool, some multi-purpose oil, some cable ties, and I'm very pleased to find some proper Swarfiga. Let's hope it works better than the cheap crap I've already got. Right, let's disconnect this clutch cable and get the engine out. Success! There's the frame with no engine. That's good news, because there's the engine. Bad news is, got to take it to pieces and clean it. Still, better than news than putting it back in. That bit I'm not looking forward to. I also took off the peg bar. There's a really slight bend on the rider's right side, so I'm going to straighten that out. And I found it easier to remove that cage there. Just for getting the engine out. You don't need to, but I found it a bit easier. So for the sake of 2 more bolts, I did that. So let's get on and see what the engine holds. Okay, I think the camera still works after it got knocked over by the dog. There's the engine. It's out. I've had it apart, put it back together. It's been cleaned as much as it's going to clean without being repainted or polished or whatever, so that's it. It needs to go back in, but not until I'm ready, and I'm not ready yet, so for now it's going to stay out. And cleaned up the centre stand a little, which is in there, and the back. Bit of a clean down in a few places that I couldn't get to until now, and it's looking alright. For 22 years old, it's looking pretty bloody spiffing. The adventure continues.